Hello friends, Zevlar here, and welcome to the Warframe Arsenal Research. So, before we get started, if you guys appreciate the research as much as I do, feel free to like the video and sub to the page. It's free and you can undo them anytime you want if you no longer appreciate the research. Now, to get into business, to get into the real nitty-gritty of the research today. This gun is a gun that I have been waiting to showcase. It is a headshotter, alright? And I've been waiting to showcase this one. Simply because it's gotten an augment mod now. Okay? If you guys saw the video of my Vesper 77, then you probably know which gun I'm talking about. But I finally reached the rank required in Nightwave, and so I want to show off AX-52. This pre-Orican weapon earned its popularity for its reliability in tough conditions. When hip firing, its ammo efficiency increases. But when aiming, headshots have a high critical chance. So this thing is going to be good. This thing should be a decent all-rounder gun, honestly speaking. Looking at the stats, you can see, pretty good fire rate. Kind of blows through ammo. It blows through ammo kind of quick, but that won't be an issue. Okay, this magazine size, it will not be an issue with the build I have. Accuracy is very high. Auto trigger, so you can just hold it. You just hold your button down and it just keep on blasting. Now, crit stats. We're looking at 26%. 3.6x. That's wrong. Okay, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. By default, the crit multiplier for AX-52 is 2.4x. However, I think I forgot to take off Tenacious Bond on my Cavat, so the critical multiplier gets an additional 1.2x multiplier because of Tenacious Bond. So, 2.4x by default, but Tenacious Bond ups it to 3.6. 18% status chance, so not the greatest in the universe, but it'll do fine. And the base damage, compared to other guns, like for example Bratton, is actually a little low. And I don't know, let's compare it. Yeah, see Kuva Kortak, base damage of 54, Trumna has it up to 85. What other gun can we look at here? Maybe Reconifex? Okay, Reconifex is the same amount. But, Tiburon, 48. Either way, point is, it's kind of on the lower side of base damage. But you're going to see very quickly, that doesn't matter at all. Now let's get into the build. So, you can see there's a lot of gold mods here. But most importantly is the augment mod that AX-52 got with this Nightwave pass. Okay, so Nightwave Season 8 came out a few weeks ago. We've had time to look at the augment mods and Theorycraft. So, Biotic rounds on weak point kill, you gain 150% viral and magnetic damage and status chance for 15 seconds. So, that increases the damage per bullet of the gun by itself. And then you're also getting viral and magnetic status. Okay? Now, viral damage increases the damage enemies take to their health. Magnetic damage increases the damage enemies take to their shields. I believe it also applies to Overguard. But additionally, with magnetic, when you bust an enemy shield or overguard, they'll suffer a bit of damage over time. So the idea is, Biotic rounds is going to turn this thing into a monster. Which, to be fair, it was already a monster to begin with. So, let's look at the rest of the build. First off, unique trait. Hip-fired shots have plus 60% ammo efficiency. So when you're firing without aiming, you only consume bullets 40% of the time. That's a real big deal. That makes it pretty good. Aimed headshots have plus 400% critical chance. Okay, that is a massive increase. So you're sacrificing potential ammo efficiency to clock an enemy in the head really freaking hard. Anyways. So first off, we got high voltage and malignant force. Alright, we got electric and toxin. They'll merge together to make corrosive damage. We also have rhyme rounds for... Stand by a moment. We have rhyme rounds for cold status. Alright, so armor stripping, slowing power, and with biotic rounds, increased damage taken, and more increased damage taken. Basically, this thing is gonna... This thing is just gonna shred. Now, without biotic rounds, I was doing a viral heat build, so I'm really curious to see how this plays out. Now, primary acuity, weak point damage, weak point crit chance, multi-shot cannot be modified. Weak points, it's going to be really, really great to hit weak points, and the unique trait benefits this. Okay, aimed headshots have plus 400% crit chance. Primary acuity, you're going to benefit from using primary acuity. And biotic round scales off of getting weak point kills. You see where this is going? So, vital sense for more crit damage. Galvanized aptitude. When you kill an enemy, you will get direct damage per status type affecting the target. That also works with headshots. Now, to further reinforce the whole headshot thing we have going here, I have primary crux on. So, on weak point hit, you gain status chance and ammo efficiency for 10 seconds. At maximum stacks, this will be another 60% ammo efficiency. So, get this, right? Get this. This is pretty funny, so get this. The unique trait, hip-fired shots also get plus 60% ammo efficiency by default. So, with primary crux, you turn around and now you're just not consuming bullets at all. It's pretty freaking great, man. Like, with primary crux, you just don't consume ammo with your hip fire. Aimed headshots, you'll still use ammo, but you'll still have 60% ammo efficiency. You're just never gonna run out of ammo, pretty much. So, even if this thing's ammo efficiency was pretty bad, primary crux and the unique trait render it a complete non-issue. But primary crux also gains status chance, which is a total of plus 300% status chance with biotic rounds that increases to a 450% increase. Okay? You look at this 18% status chance, and suddenly you're landing a status effect with every shot. That's how this looks. So needless to say, I'm pretty excited to test this. So, we're gonna do the same usual tests, alright? We're gonna jump into a conjunction survival first, and then we're also gonna do a disruption in this video. I want to see what the AX-52 does with this augment mod. Now, I've been very impressed with the AX-52, to start out, but I gotta see what it does with this. Well, assuming these stupid dudes don't want to steal my gun. Alright. So, we're probably not going to see too much out of it for a moment, but
stand by for life support.
Turning on Lunar Eclipse so I can kind of just blast. Yeah, I mean... Okay, well, most of the damage is coming from my Kavat being the Kavat. I should have brought my Sentinel, man. It would probably help a little. It would help to, you know, really showcase the gun's capability, but... You know, you can see hip fire. As long as I can hit someone in the head, you know, you check the bottom right, I just don't run out of ammo. Also, I would really appreciate it if my Kavat were not destroying everything so I could actually get an opportunity to see what the gun does. I mean, you know, take a look though. I saw 200k earlier. $379 there. That wasn't an armor. That was just a crewman though. Oh my god. These dinguses stealing my gun are gonna be the death of me. Maybe I'm gonna be the death of me. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, let's just kind of let him go. Okay, you know what? No, we're testing this silver without the Drakmasters, bro. Stand by. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, we're just gonna do a basic void survival. All right. I also got rid of my Kavat. I feel like the Kavat and the Drakmasters were really messing with the results of the research, so I had to run away. But there's no shame in running away from that. As you can see, you know, we're taking out enemies no problem, even with hipfire. Which, by the way, you might want to aim if you want to actually hit an enemy in the head. Otherwise, hipfire is just kind of RNG-ish. I mean, you can still aim for the head, and it'll do relatively fine. But you know, you can see here it's a lot less consistent. But you know, you aim for the head, and suddenly you're able to deal damage. Funny how that works, I know. Yeah, between primary corrupts and the unique trait, you just kind of never run out of ammo on the hip fire as long as you know, keep shooting, keep hitting someone in the noggin. Okay, and these glitchers screw off. Oh well, I guess we got someone to test up against. Oh. There's just maybe a bunch of balls. Okay. What the hell just hit me? Ah, well. Whatever. I'm gonna blame the balls. No, hold on. Get these balls out of here, dude. Oh yeah, you see, they're Exodus. They're probably not gonna... They also don't have a weak point, so they're probably not gonna die to, you know... Alright, back to gunning. I'm not sure what else to add. As you can see, you get... Oh, if you can score headshots, then you should be fine. That's pretty much it. Again, seeing as this is a headshot gun with no AoE capability, you know, you're probably going to struggle in a survival mission. Because, I mean, this is a single target gun. Maybe you could bring maybe you could bring Shred for some punch through, but I don't know how much that would help. I'll have to probably test that in a future research video. Maybe I'll showcase my Partac at some point, because I have Shred on that gun. And I think that would be pretty interesting to show. Yeah, I mean, you can see, you know, aim down sight, I still go through, you know, I eat ammo, but it's pretty slow, all things considered. Yeah, all things considered, you know, it's still alright. It's still alright. I think that AX-52 is gonna really show off against the disruption. Against like a single target, you know. That's not to say it's sucking balls here, to be sure, but it could be doing better. Maybe if I brought blast status or something, I don't know. Wait, actually that's, yeah, maybe if I did bring blast. We'll test that later. I might make that a different video. A blast AX-52. Yes. Alright. Got an Acolyte. Let's see how this does against the Acolyte. Oh, all the better. You just stand there for me. And you can see, they're pretty much already dead. Yeah, you could, you know. Yeah, absolutely no problem against Acolyte. I somehow died again. I don't even know what's causing all the... I don't even know what's killing me, man. I'm gonna assume it's the enemy density, because, you know, single target gun. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the video again, and I will see you guys in the disruption mission. Alright, I am back again. And we're in a disruption mission where there is lower enemy density. There are also elite targets to focus on, so we'll get to really see how AX goes and really put it to the test. At least that's the hope. As long as there aren't dudes using a rampart. Oh, look at that! Look at that! The coward ran for the rampart. Oh, can I blast this thing blitz? Yeah, well, give it enough time, I guess it will. Yeah, yeah, look at that. They just instantly go for it. Okay. Yeah, no. Alright, well. I'm thinking I'll use hip fire to take on the, how the hell is that gonna go through it? Yeah, hip fire to deal with the deal with these guys. Okay, stop using the rampart. Then once we have a demolist, you know, then you aim, you know. Aim, then you hit the head and they'll crumble, you know. Hello, demolist. Alright. And you just look at that. No problem. There's not a problem with this build, man. This is great. Okay. Yeah, well, I got nothing else to say about this gun. You can see it's handling no problem against, well, pretty much anything. Even hip fire. Who's this? Did it teleport? What the hell? Whoa, I don't think I've seen a Devil's teleport like that before. Both thought you could get away. And you aim for the head and they just fall. And again, like the other headshotters I've shown, like Deborah Prime, you won't be able to use this against certain things, like a Juggernaut or a Roller. I mean, you could, but the damage dealt by them would be so negligible as to virtually be non-existent compared to headshotting them. Which it's hard to headshot them. You know, they either have limited or non-existent weak points, so. Fortunately, most things tend to have weak points, so. You'll usually get kills like that pretty quick. You got this Eximus, you know. Generally, the Eximus will drop a key. They can come on over. Alright, we got a fire rate boost. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, that's like a 50% increase. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see how this goes. Yeah, aim for the head. Oh! Disruptions are great. Yeah, you can see though, you know, biotic rounds. Biotic rounds there for you. Pretty solid showing. Oh, that said, I believe that ends today's research efforts on the AX-52. Oh, sorry, I'm stretching. Yeah. That said, see you guys around. Peace.